You come to the allotment on a very blustery day. Might rain at any minute, so we might have to go home, although at the moment it's quite sunny. Today I intend to try and take the runners from the strawberries. I've already done this twice, but they're determined to make lots of little babies. And the other job that I'm hoping to do is to cut back the dead branches, or the dead canes I should say, from the from the raspberries. I've got strawberries on the brain. That's over at this other side of the plot. Pear tree now is leaning. It's been blown to one side. It's weighted down with pears, and so it's quite a sort of a maze to get from one part of the plot to the other. So the raspberries that I intend to deal with today are the ones that we thought were dead, which are these. Last year, to all intents and purposes, they looked dead, which is why we bought lots more raspberry canes. But as you can see, they've put on quite a lot of new growth this year. So my job today will be to take out the old canes, which are these ones, the ones that had fruit last year, and to tie in the new canes, which are these ones with the very green stems, and if necessary thin some out and then tie them into the wires. So that's where I intend to start. All the old canes seem to be at the other side. They'll be cut right down to the ground. So I'll get going.
My job for a windy Saturday afternoon is to clear one of our potato beds for some winter onions. Could be this one. This one's got some Vivaldi at one side and Winston at the other, and they're definitely not going to do any more growing. If we have a wander down past runner beans, last year's onions in there, and some nice lettuces for this year, mid-season brassicas, and then this potato bed which has got osprey to one side and I was going to tell you, Nadine on the right hand side of this bed. These ought to have grown much better than the ones in the other bed, so I'm not too sure which ones to clear first. Perhaps these might do a fraction more growing, so I might set off and clear the other one first. I must be honest, the spuds in this top bed started to die back very, very early. I'm very dubious about what's on them. There's no good strong haulms on them. They're all very weak, which is usually a sign that potatoes underneath aren't much good either. Anyway, I think I'm going to make a start on this bed and see what I get off.
I've cut out most of the old canes now. I suppose there could be one or two that I've missed. So the old canes look like this one. Easy recognisable. They look brown and dead, and they also have the remnants of fruit on them. So all of those canes that fruited this year have been cut out. I've also cut out some thin, straggly sort of bits like this, which aren't going to make very good canes. I've also taken out, if I can find the stumps. Oh, there's one there to do. You see the one right at the back? That's growing out of line of the fence, so I shall probably cut all those canes back as well. And then if there are too many in any of the clumps, which I don't think they actually are, if there were too many canes left in the clumps, then I would probably thin them out and take one or two out. So what I need to do now is tie in the canes that are going to give us fruit this year, or I should say next year. See, there's one here that's quite small which has escaped, and I might take that one out because it's much shorter than all the rest. Anyway, I'll get on.
The Vivaldis are up about halfway through doing this. Very pleased at the way the soil dug. The rain over the last couple of days has made it really quite easy to dig. Didn't even need to put a foot on the fork, it just went into the ground really easily. So that's this half of the bed is now dug over, and it's ready for when we want to get it covered up to put our autumn onions in, which will be, I guess, early September if we can get hold of the onion bulbs. The crop of Vivaldi that came out, nothing spectacular, but better than I thought it was going to be, I think sums it up. Vivaldi, we've had a lot more off a row of Vivaldi than that. I would have expected at least that box to be piled high and maybe another one, but they did stop growing really early, so I'm quite pleased that we've got some usable spuds off them. So hopefully it's not going to rain too much and I can carry on and get our Winston out at the other side.
Well, we've had to take an enforced coffee break. It's raining. It's not throwing it down, but it's that sort of drizzly rain you get that wets you without you even knowing it. So we've come in to have a coffee and then see what happens to the weather. I've started tying in the raspberries. What have you done, Martin?
I've just started getting that second row of potatoes, those Winstons. The first thing I found was a ant's nest.
Ants. This is the result of ants. It's my sartorial elegance. Wherever I go, ants seem to run up my trouser legs and bite me. So I'm trying to thwart them with some socks over my trousers. Anybody got any tips on how to thwart ants? I'd be more than happy to receive them.
I dug some up and they didn't seem to like that.
So we'll have our coffee and get back to you later, hopefully. Well, between drizzly showers, I managed to get all the raspberries, well, this lot of raspberries, tied in. There's just one or two canes that I'm going to cut out. For instance, this one here. It's quite thin, and there are plenty of other canes attached to the wires. So there's just one or two more. There's one at the back of there that I'm going to take out, well, a couple back there that I'm going to get in to take out because they're growing just a bit too far from the framework. And that'll be it. Not going to get much more done today, but I really did want to get these done because it's quite windy now and I didn't want them to be battered about.
I think we've been rained off. Done our best. Had showers all afternoon and they've been fairly light, but this one is pretty heavy. And out over the back of the shed it looks as though it's going to be here for a bit, so we're going to try and sit it out for a few minutes and then I think we'll have to make a run for it in the end.
Did you get all your potatoes, Doug?
Yeah, rubbish they were.
Were they?
Yeah, if we want something to replace and grow Rudolph, we'll drop Winston.
Yeah. Winston's been a slug fodder for a few years, hasn't it?
Yeah, well,
They
haven't grown well, and the ones that have grown are big, but slugs have had them, so virtually nothing on them.
Well, I finished my raspberries, but I didn't get round to the strawberries. So that's it for today, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Bye for now.
Bye.